Oh wow. For this video, I'm just gonna do peaceful. Let's go ahead and start it all up. It doesn't take that long to load up. It's a new world, so it's gonna take a minute. Yeah. Ooh, a new world. I don't know if you guys can see my FPS counter, so I'm just going to click F3 and just keep F3 open. I have vibrant shaders on. They basically make my game look better. Around about 150 with them on to 170. This is basically how it makes everything look. Looks pretty decent. You know, everything's just the way it is. No, trees move back and forth. And with this on, around about, looking out there, about 190 to 200. Video settings, I have 9 chunks. If we render in 48 chunks, which you should not render in 48 chunks, your game will run horribly. You run about 15 FPS. Now, if we wait for it to render in, we'll probably run better FPS. I just wouldn't recommend playing on this at all. It doesn't even feel that good. Unless you want to play on 16 FPS. I wouldn't recommend playing on 48 chunks. I'd keep it at 9. Really, I have fast graphics on. I could turn it on fancy, max smooth lighting. I have moody because it makes it look really good at nighttime. Dynamic lights, I can turn this on fancy. I could turn everything on fancy if I really wanted to. Let's do that. Everything on fancy. Alright, so with all of this, I get about, I'd say 1000 FPS. Just kidding. That's what my thing up there says. Like sometimes, this is with everything on. I personally think that this looks better. I didn't even know that this was an option. I play about 180 with all of this. Looking at the water at about 180. These are high textures, the vibrant shaders, cilders. I just got them offline. Everything's pretty smooth. Without these shaders, I can turn them off really quick, or I can turn on extreme. Are extreme on? Okay, yeah, these are extreme. Nothing really changed. If anything, I run more FPS. You could see You could see this up there in the top right. This is the Nzxt Pro. It is running about 190, and we're on a 2060 and an i5 9400F. That's basically what you get. That's exactly what you get. I don't know if they changed it, but if they do, you'll still run the exact same FPS. If not, maybe 5 FPS less, but you can't really see a 5 FPS difference. Let's turn off the shaders completely. You run a pretty high frame rate, but the game looks terrible, so I don't tend to turn off everything. Yeah, I can't stand this Minecraft. You get about 600 FPS, but there's no point in running 600 FPS in Minecraft. About 650, 625, 680. Looking at the ground, let's dig a hole. This is with Optifine. This isn't even with Fabric. With Fabric, I'd probably run, who knows, maybe with Optifine, or no, with Fabric, I'd probably run upwards of 1500, but it also makes your game look like an older version of Minecraft. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like running super low FPS for some reason, or you just want to run 1000 FPS to show people. But I tend to play on this. I could leave the shaders in the description if you want to play on them. I tend to play on the high shaders. I could leave a link to them in the description below. They're not my shaders, so I don't take credit for them. But this is really what I tend to play on. It just looks way better. And I only have a 144 Hz monitor, so I can stand going to like 200 because it really doesn't bother me that much. But if you have like a 244 Hz monitor, maybe go for like the medium ones or something like that. Or if you don't mind, it really doesn't matter. Whatever you feel like is best for you. This is what I play on. Makes the water. We can try up underwater. Underwater looks pretty decent. Your frame rate. It looks pretty decent at night. The moon, you know, it's pretty bright. You get about same FPS as daytime, maybe less, about 150. Let's go somewhere else other than the jungle, even though the jungle looks pretty decent. Is that a lava pool? Whoa. What is this? Why isn't it going forward? Wow. That looks pretty decent. Let's jump straight down there. Ooh. Okay, yeah, there was water. I thought I seen water. Okay, this isn't a bad seed. A mine shaft. It looks pretty decent at nighttime. Wow. I'm actually kind of impressed. Well, that's really it. There's nothing else you could really show. It's Minecraft. There's nothing you could really show.